And I'm hella young. They call me Zombie Ray.
The next topic we're going to discuss is about the WBC apparently exploring the idea of creating what is called a Super Cruiserweight Division. And this is from The Sun. Now, I know our supporters from the UK said The Sun is trash, but The Sun hasn't let us down yet. Deontay Wilder could fight Usyk for new WBC Super Cruiserweight title at 220-pound weight class. All right. And it says Deontay Wilder could fight Usyk for a new WBC Super Cruiserweight belt. According to Tony Bellew, the Liverpool-born former cruiserweight champion has been put in charge of a WBC committee tasked with exploring the potential new weight class. Deontay Wilder, whatever. And he reckons Usyk 33 and the Bronze Bomber 34 would be a perfect match. At the WBC convention last month, Bellew was charged with leading an investigation into Don Majestic's proposal to inform a new weight class between cruiserweight and heavyweight. As things stand, the top three divisions are light heavyweight, cruiserweight, and heavyweight. Bellew competed in all three, but reckons there's room for one more. He told Talk Sports Fight Night, I actually like the divisions going from 175 up to 190 instead of 200. That will make it a bit better for guys who are struggling at lightweight but are not monsters at cruiser. Then, if I had it my way, I would go from 190 to 220. You're looking at small heavyweights. I would have fallen in that category quite comfortably. Usyk falls into that category quite comfortably. And so then they provide Foreman's top 10 greatest heavyweights. Okay, no, that's a matter. Anyways, I don't think we need to continue reading this article. The point is, Tony Bellew has been tasked with what they're calling the Super Cruiserweight Division, which Tony Bellew is saying he would like to see go from 190 pounds to 220 pounds and make that the Super Cruiserweight Division for guys who are tweeners, let's call it. They're not really as big as the elite heavyweight stars, but they're bigger than the light heavyweight and cruiserweights. So, Trill Dollar Bill, what are your thoughts on this new division that the WBC has tasked Tony Bellew with heading up?
I'm surprised they didn't call me being Trill Dollar Bill, the commission. I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Y'all know I was gonna be all for it.
Hold on, Trill. If it was you, you would have been like, we can't do that. We need to go from 190 to 95. 205.
Not a bad idea. They should have had me on there. Listen, I like it. I hate the name of Super Cruiserweight. I just don't like that name. You know what I'm saying? I hope that they can come up with a different name. Maybe name the other guys super heavyweights and then name the other guys super duper heavyweights. I don't know, but I just don't like the name. But I do love the concept. There was one episode of Boxing Bros, if y'all can go back and talk. We got into a heated debate, right? Me and Caden, we got into a heated debate about weight classes. And we was talking about how the different weight classes are, and then Caden exploded. He said, but look at the heavyweight division. You know what I'm saying? Look, you got guys like Deontay Wilder. They got to fight guys that's 40 pounds over him, or you got these guys fighting guys that's AJ fighting guys that's 30 pounds over him. And then I was like, you absolutely right. And I'm totally mad about that also. Because the number one thing that I'm always worried about is the fighter's safety. I know this is a sport, this is gladiators, but I also worry about these guys' safety. And you're out. It's a disadvantage when I think you're 40 pounds over a guy, you know. And I love it. I love the idea. I don't mean to ramble on, but I love the idea because I'm all for the safety of the fighters, you know what I'm saying, and the longevity of the fighters. I want them to be able to go home and enjoy that money and enjoy their family. So, yeah, whatever's going to make the fighters safer, I'm for it. Put another weight class in there. Split that up. You know what I'm saying?
Trill, you don't want 205.
Make that in. Light cruiserweight. Middle cruiserweight. Heavy cruiserweight.
Super Cruiserweight. All right, G.
I have to be honest, man. I hate to agree with Trill, but I have to. Because when you think about it, like, I can't see the Michael Hunters, the Joy Joyces, the Usyks. Usyk maybe, but I can't see Usyk either. Even like further back in the days, like a David Hay or a Tony Bellew. I don't see
Chris
those.
Bird. Yeah.
I don't see those brothers becoming heavyweight champ because they had a major physical disadvantage. Like, you're going up against monsters now, like giants. You know, like these dudes is like 6'5" and up. You know what I mean? Like, their reach advantage is too much. Like, everything is just like, how can a guy that's smaller, like, take advantage of this division? It's practically impossible, you know, like, because even you can make like the argument like, oh, well, you know, Ruiz is a bigger heavyweight. Like, he has size. His size generates more power, you know.
It's not with that speed.
But like, even like a Povetkin, like these guys who are like the 6'2s.
Yep, and the Michael Hunters.
Yeah, they're on the bigger size. But it's like, when you look at like the Hunters, the Joyces, the Usyks in them, yo, they're smaller dudes. So for them to even compete, they got to put on a lot more mass, you know, and they're just at a major disadvantage because they've been used to like the cruiserweight division. For them to move up, they got to do a lot more, you know. Like, I don't even know how Usyk's going to look in the heavyweight division. We still like, yo, could he even beat Chisora? You get what I'm saying? So, like, to me, it'll be telling. Like, if Usyk gets, like, humiliated by Chisora, that tells me we need to establish this division ASAP. But if Usyk could prove the world wrong, then I could be like, hey, you know what? Maybe we don't need a super cruiserweight. I agree also, again, with Trill about the title. Like, calling that division the Super Cruiserweight, I think it should just be the regular heavyweight division. And then let the AJs and the Furies be the super heavyweight division. You know, like, but then again, I could go on the flip side. Like, man, there's too many divisions. Just keep it the way it is. But at the same time, I want to be fair to the smaller guys. So, like, Tony Bellew, I remember when they asked him about the Wilder fight. And he was like, yo, even though I got more skills, he's just way bigger than me, you know? And it's just like, and that's telling right there, where a guy is just being completely honest. Like, bro, look at his attributes and look at mine. I'm more skilled, I'm a better boxer, and yet I know I'm going to lose because of the sheer size of this guy. And so I have to respect that. And I think the WBC did a good job actually reaching out to Tony Bellew to oversee that committee, to do the research, you know, because, again, like, guys like him, that were in all of those divisions. Guys like David Hay, who was also cruiserweight champ, who moved up to heavyweight and all that stuff. I think those guys have a story that should be heard by these commissions. And so salute to Tony Bellew for bringing it up, man. I hope they actually do it. And, yeah, and to me, if they do it, I feel like if Fury does body bag Wilder in the three-peat, I'm like, yo, Wilder, bro, you're already in this weight class, you know what I'm saying? Like, you be coming into fights at like 210, 212, 215. You could just be in this regular heavyweight division, and hopefully you could dominate or at least become a champion again, and you'd be like a two-time champ, you know what I mean? So, yeah.
All right, Nick?
I disagree that it would dilute the heavyweight division. Where what I would see happening is if they made this the heavyweight division and we have a super heavyweight division where, you know, now like the weight class, the weight limit doesn't matter. And now you have whoever wants to beef up and step up against elite competition could go against. But when you make a super cruiserweight class, it dilutes the heavyweight division. We have all these good fighters here now that we haven't had in a while since the golden era of boxing. And it just doesn't make sense to just like make a class that would take fighters out of a division where it's already built up to dilute it and make it lessen the competition than what it is there already.
Can I ask you a question, Mr. Cameraman?
Sure, go ahead.
For a dude 6 feet to fight a guy that's 6'9"?
If he 300 pounds, yeah.
All right.
300 pounds, yeah. That's it. if you meet the requirements, there's requirements 6 feet. You know, in the heavyweight boxing, all it takes is one punch. It's not about size. It's not about strength. It's about skill and how you execute in the match.
It is about size. It is about strength. It's the heavyweight division.
It's about skill and how you execute.
It's about that too, but it's about size and about strength. That's why it's called the heavyweight division.
Remember, in the heavyweight division, you don't necessarily need to have skill. Because if you just connect one time, lights out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, while the other divisions, the smaller you get, the more skills you need to even compete.
I'll say this.
If you got 40, if you got 40, say somebody got 40 pounds on you now.
Yeah.
Is that an even fight?
No, it's not. Maybe. Depending how they carry the 40. If they carry it on their gut.
If it's in the gut, nah. But if it's
and then I didn't want to just jump in real quick, but like even if we got skilled guys, like I don't want to say like this is a test if we put Usyk against Chisora, because I think Usyk is gonna wash Chisora, right? But I think if you put Usyk against like a AJ or something, I think the size and the skill level, if you put two people that's the same, one guy that they both got skills, right? Yeah. But one guy is 30 pounds bigger than the guy, and they both got skills. You know what I'm saying? That's not fair. That's just an added advantage. You know what I'm saying? That's all I wanted to put out there.
Yeah, I got you. That's why like making it Super Cruiser.
I'm with you. You just don't like the name.
If anything, keep it heavyweight and have super heavyweight, and that's where the elite. If you really want to step into the competition, you can fight the elite in that division. But don't change it. Don't make another class to take away from the class we already have.
But that's what you're doing right now when you just said.
Nah, it's just like heavyweights can fight the super heavyweights, but super heavyweights are just in their own class. Like you know, it's whatever.
The same thing with heavyweights.
Whatever. Super cruiserweights creates now you have cruiserweights who have to go up in weight to fight super cruiserweights, and this is whatever. It messes up the sport of boxing. You see here, don't do it. It just creates confusion and it ruins the sport.
No, it confuses.
We don't get the fights we want. We do not get the fights we want. You get people ducking. And that's it. Go ahead,
throw us all in there. Like, hey, you see how you doing to all of us? Oh man! Like Trill and D and Kaden back here too.
You all confused.
Speak your piece, Nash. Speak your piece.
Yes.
Nah, honestly, I think it's much to do about nothing. Like, I think it's much to do about nothing, and here's why I say that. You can create the Super Cruiserweight division. Whomever wins those belts is still going to want to fight the super heavyweight anyway. So it's not really protecting nothing. We've seen years of guys who are undersized fighting bigger fighters. We've seen Mike Tyson knock out guys who outweighed him by 40 pounds on a regular basis. Even now, we've seen Deontay Wilder knock out guys who outweigh him by 40 pounds on a consistent basis. And one of the things he says is like, I always go into the ring with people outweighing me by 30, 40 pounds. And it's true. It's what happens. It's what he's used to. So even if you make the Super Cruiserweight division, right? One, Deontay Wilder isn't fighting in that division because he's going to look at it and laugh. He's going to say, I can beat these guys. Why would I want to fight them, right? And it's not to say that Wilder's taking on the toughest challenges or he's taking on the toughest assignments, but he's not going to want to be in the JV heavyweight division. At least not when is what it is, though. That's what it is. And that's the point that I'm making. Even Michael Hunter's not going to want to be champion of the JV heavyweight division. And it's a good idea if it makes dollars, right? If it makes dollars, it makes sense at the end of the day. But what I'm telling you is everyone's going to look at it as the JV heavyweight division. That's what cruiserweight's viewed as. That's why nobody cares about cruiserweight. When you see a cruiserweight, you're like, put 10 pounds on and bring it up to heavyweight. And that's why Usyk and that's why all the great cruiserweight champions.
That's where the money is.
Move up. Yeah. David Haye, Vander Holyfield, Usyk's doing it now. You know, when you're a great cruiserweight, you just like, yeah, I'm gonna take that challenge. Even Thomas Adamak, he didn't do as well as a heavyweight, but Thomas Adamak moved up. He said, I'm too good for these guys. So what's gonna happen is, even if you create a super cruiserweight, regular heavyweight division, guys who win that title are still gonna be expected to move up and challenge. And it's because throughout the history of boxing, we've seen people who've had those huge weight disadvantages still win at heavyweight. Rocky Marciano, like, it's just no one's gonna look at any of these guys. No one looks at, say, a Michael Hunter and feel sorry for him. Not after what we seen Iron Mike do. Not after what we seen David Tua do. Like, we just saw Andy Ruiz knock out Anthony Joshua. Now, granted, Ruiz has the weight advantage over Joshua by like 40 pounds or something we're talking about. But still, he has the weight advantage, but Joshua has other advantages. And Joshua utilized those other advantages in the rematch. So people say, oh, Joshua ran. Let me see you fight a guy who outweighs you by 40 pounds and has faster hands than you. And you tell me you're going to stand there and trade? You dead where you stand. You are dead where you stand.
When people say that stuff, I just know they ain't never
dead where you stand.
Like,
I don't understand. They ain't never been in the ring.
Let me punch you in your stomach.
I don't like the whole idea of it being called Super Cruiserweight, right?
Yeah, I don't like cruiserweight because it implies what Kane is saying.
I don't like that idea. I like the idea of it being a heavyweight division, right? But then there being a super heavyweight division where these guys, where they don't want to train, where these guys come in weighing 270 and 2-something, and these guys, no, for real, these guys come in there looking huge, right? And they use their size and advantage to hold and mold and stay on the little guys and win and hit them one time and hold and stay on them. And they'll win around like that just because they're the bigger guy that weighs the guy for over like 40, 50.
I hear you. So, like, your example that you brought up, where you take two guys with skill. Usyk, great skills. Anthony Joshua, good skills. I think Anthony Joshua has great skills, especially for a size heavyweight.
Yeah, that's what I said. I put them up there together.
Anthony Joshua, let's say, maybe not as skilled as Alexander Usyk, right? But not that far off, right? Yeah. Slightly under Alexander Usyk's skills, but greater in size. When they fight, Joshua will beat him. Joshua will beat him because he has the size and he has the skill, and it's going to take more energy and effort from Usyk. Usyk's margin of error is going to be so much lower than Joshua's.
Exactly.
All Joshua needs is to land that one punch all night, and Usyk has to avoid it all night and still pile up the points, right? And maybe land a punch of his own, but still, right? So that's why I always say a big fish eats a little fish. It's not, you have to be an amazing, generational talent, little guy.
Piranha. You gotta be a piranha, bro.
Yeah.
You
gotta be. So, like, what I'm saying, though, is much to do about nothing is, for me, it is much to do about nothing. What the WBC wants is to make more belts. And make more belts and to create all this BS. If you really want to fix it, you don't need to create another division. Let's make the divisions that we have now more popular. Everybody knows when you look at the light heavyweight division and the cruiserweight division, nobody gives a damn.
That's true.
Nobody gives a damn. But you know how people would give a damn? Go from 175 to 200.
Oh, okay.
Make that the light heavyweight division. 175 to 200, right? Make that the light heavyweight division. Then make the cruiserweight division 200 to 220. Boom. Now there's more excitement in the cruiserweight division and in the light heavyweight division, and the heavyweight division can still be the heavyweight division.
No, I disagree. I think the cruiserweight division, just the name cruiserweight, I think is too tainted.
No, it won't be tainted. If cruiserweight's way over 200 pounds, it won't be tainted anymore. That's
great cruiserweight.
Heavyweight. That's why I'm still leaning more.
Yeah, because I get what you're saying. The name cruiserweight because it sounds like the JV heavyweight. But I did what you're saying. I did what you're saying too, Kaden. I just feel like there has to be some in between. Like after that discussion, y'all can go check it too. I don't remember the episode, but if we
Then
had to,
switch it. Why do we call 175 light heavyweight? Why not call 175 cruiserweight? Make a division from 200 to 220.
call light heavyweight.
Light heavyweight.
Exactly.
I don't understand why they call the 175 division
I like that.
cruiserweight anyway.
Yeah, that should be called cruiserweight.
Cruiserweight should be called
175 to 200, what to 199 or whatever, to make 175 to 199 cruiserweight.
I totally agree.
And then make 200 to 220 light heavyweight, and then bang heavyweight. So that way, testing the waters isn't that difficult anymore. When you become the light heavyweight champion, you're like, you know what? I am going to challenge for the heavyweight championship title now. It's just a smooth transition. And so to me, the problem is the cruiserweight. Make the cruiserweight division 175. And so to me, there's no need to reinvent the wheel. Just make the alignments, make the adjustments, change the way you're doing it. Because we already got what we need. We just need to change it a little bit. So I don't think there's a need for a super cruiserweight division. Nobody wants to be a cruiserweight anyway. Nobody.
That's like a curse word. You know what I'm saying?
I never understood why 175 is considered.
What's his name, Mauricio? What's his name, Mauricio?
Cruiserweight 190.
Yeah, Mauricio Suleiman.
Mauricio Suleiman. You just got the blueprint on how to do this and how to make it happen. I hope you were watching. Okay? I hope you were watching the Boxer Bros, because that is a beautiful plan on how to make this work and bring more excitement to all the divisions.
Yeah.
I hope you're watching Mr. Suleiman.
They're still like, I disagree with all y'all. You know what I mean?
Super cruiserweight it is.
Super heavy.
Let us know what y'all think in the comment section. Please like and subscribe. Check us out on Instagram and Twitter. Not going to mention Facebook. Check us out on our podcast on all major streaming services. It's the Boxing Bros.
Catch me creeping down the dark street. This is where me and the zombies meet. Guarantee we all gonna eat. It's Zombie Ray again with HD. I'm a zombie in the night, you better run from me. Zombie Ray in the house, you better run, homie. Brought a mask and some gloves with some thugs with me. I came to do damage, you wanna purge with me. Super Saiyan zombie, I be